How's your neck feel?
Oh, much better. It's nice and loose.
Good.
Trigenics neuromuscular exercise class started out specifically for my patients with neck and back problems.
All of these exercises are designed for you to be able to do them and incorporate them yourself.
Trigenics is all about balance. With Trigenics, we can either strengthen or lengthen muscles, and we can put the entire body into balance very, very quickly.
Pull back, breathing in, pull back.
Alan Austin, Trigenics originator, is here for more Trigenics talk. Welcome, Alan. I guess the biggest question I have is, how is this different than other forms of muscle manipulation like active release that we've seen elsewhere?
The distinguishing difference is that Trigenics is neurologically based, so the patient is an active participant rather than a passive recipient, and what we're doing in Trigenics is we're involving patient-controlled activation of specific neuromuscular reflexes to gain the effect that we want.
And any worrisome side effects that people have to think about having this procedure done?
None whatsoever. In fact, it's extremely safe. There's a lot of my patients that that are looking to have Trigenics manipulation work done on their neck, for instance, rather than having some people are weary of high-velocity thrust manipulation, and this gives an alternative to them, so it's very, very safe.
Well, thanks once again to all of our guests, Dr. Charles Tatter, Dr. Alan Austin, Dr. John Goldhar, Michael Tamaro, Greg Myers, and as always, you. Find your balance, and we'll see you next time.
Coming to you from Queen and John, it's Health and Family Day on City Line with Marilyn Dennis.
Okay, welcome back to City Line. In this next story, we're going to see a new treatment for pain that's being used by a bevy of Hollywood stars and athletes. Let's see how it works for some common complaints of pain.
I really was in bad shape when I arrived at the doctor's.
Good. I just felt that segment move, which is very, very nice. We've got a nice mobility in there. You feel that, Eleanor?
Yes,
Releasing?
it feels great. I think the easiest way to explain it was I was a basket case. I had some headaches and vertigo. My lower back ached in bed at night, and I got to the point where I was having therapy, and they suggested I get a cane to walk with because I'd had 2 falls, and that's when the red flag went up. I wasn't ready to be old yet. I was still feeling young, and I felt pretty bad. I was very depressed, actually.
We're going to work on the muscles that hold the pelvis sort of twisted. Trigenics, the word Trigenics comes from a combination of 3 types of treatment protocols, and it's the unique combination of those treatment protocols that makes it incredibly effective for things like, you know, any form of tendinitis, plantar fasciitis, neck pain, lower back pain, headaches. And the great thing about it as well is that it is also a form of joint mobilization. What we're going to do now, we're going to continue to work on this one segment here that's particularly stiff because you have a little bit of the osteoarthritis in your neck right here. What I find with the Trigenics is that as I'm working on the joints, and if I'm contacting the joints that the muscles are sort of attached to, that I find the joints passively releasing. So effectively, what I'm finding, in my experience with it, is that I'm actually mobilizing those joints, much in the same way that I would if I were actively, you know, trying to release them with an adjustment or a manipulation or what people refer to as cracking your back or your neck. But I'm gaining that result without having to use that force. I think this is the way of the future, really, because I think patients today are beginning to play a much more active role in their own health care. And this type of therapy, Trigenics, is interactive. It's patient and doctor working together. It's been very rewarding for me because there's been a lot of conditions as well that I find have the soft tissue components that I wouldn't have been able to treat before, and the response has been incredible because now I'm working on the soft tissues, I'm working on the joints, and I'm working on the neurology in combination together. And the results have been absolutely, completely dramatic.
And a final note on tomorrow's concert, the performers will be able to rock away without worrying about strains and sprains.
Even though they've been nicknamed the Creaking Bones, the Stones give their all when they perform, but all that prancing around can be tough on a 60-year-old body. Enter Dr. Alan Austin, chiropractor to the stars. coming to their emotional rescue.
These performers are under tremendous stress, and you never know what will happen. I think what they're really concerned about more here is